Good morning, everyone. My name is Konstantin Chenko. I am the medical director for the U.S. diaspora. I wanted to make a quick presentation of the new coronavirus vaccine. I would say the history of vaccine starts in 1796 by a British physician called Edward Jenner. He injected the pox virus into an 8-year-old boy, and he developed protection against the cowpox when he was later exposed to this virus. We should say in general we have three big groups of vaccines. The first group of vaccines are called live attenuated vaccines. The virus is weakened, but it keeps its antigenic properties, but loses its virulence and potency, so it would not cause a disease in an immunocompetent host. An example of a live vaccine is the varicella or the measles vaccines. They usually give protections for a very long time. For some people, 10 years or above, for others, entire lifespan. The second group of vaccines are called inactivated vaccines. In the inactivated vaccines, the virus is killed. So the virus has no potency, has no ability to infect the host. However, it still can trigger an immunologic response to produce the necessary immunity to protect the host. This is the case of the polio vaccine. So polio vaccine is an example of inactivated vaccine. The immunity to these vaccines are very short-lived and they are not very strong. The third category of vaccines are subunit vaccines. That means we either take just one little portion or one little particle of the virus and use it as a vaccine. The advantage of this strategy is that it limits the side effects that is caused by the whole virus. An example of this would be a polysaccharide vaccine like the pneumococcal vaccine, which is a polysaccharide vaccine. They only use the polysaccharide antigenic property to create this vaccine. In modern times, with biomedical engineering and biochemistry, we have what we call nucleic vaccine, DNA and RNA vaccines. So the only material that is copied is the gene, and then the gene is going to be sent into a cell with instructions to produce proteins that are going to protect us. The two main vaccines that are being offered right now are the Pfizer vaccines and the Moderna vaccine. The Pfizer vaccine is essentially an mRNA vaccine, messenger RNA vaccine. The genetic information is encoded in the RNA, and the RNA transports this material into the cell, into its nucleus. And then the material is transported to the ribosome, where the genetic material is decoded. So the first part in creating DNA and RNA vaccine is what they call transcription. Transcriptions mean copying the genetic information from the nucleus, from the DNA, to an RNA. An RNA is a single-stranded material that will carry this message to its site where it needs to be translated. That means copy to synthesize proteins. So when we talk about DNA and RNA vaccines, there are two words we need to know: transcriptions and translation. The Pfizer vaccine, which is already out, is an mRNA vaccine, and once it gets to the cell, it will attach itself to a ribosome, and there will be a translation. That material will lead to the synthesis of proteins that are going to protect you against the virus. The Moderna vaccine is a DNA vaccine. So the first thing that is being done is that the information will be copied from the DNA to an RNA. That is called transcription. This RNA is going to migrate into the nucleus of the cells, stick itself to a ribosome, and do a translation. The question some people have been asking is this a chip? This genetic material being sent into the body, is it a chip to change our genetic makeup or our genetic system? And the answer is no. There is no chip in this vaccine. And the vaccine and the genetic material being translated and transcribed do not change your genetic makeup. We are not trying to modify human beings. We're just trying to get human beings to synthesize protective proteins.
Can you just give us 3 tips for everybody in this hall? What can we all do to live better?
So I think the first would be sleep.
How much? How much is enough?
It's not about how much, it's about how good the quality of your sleep is.
Oof, I knew there couldn't be an easy
Some
answer.
people can sleep for 5 hours, deep quality, wake up energetic. Some people can sleep for 9 hours and wake up tired. It is the quality of sleep. And today we need to understand that sleep deprivation is one of the root causes of most diseases. We need to understand most diseases that we're talking about today, diabetes, cancer, they're inflammatory diseases caused by inflammation. While we sleep, inflammation automatically reduces. So you can keep popping anti-inflammatory pills and curcumins and gingers and all of your stuff that you have every day. But if you don't sleep well at night, okay, your body does not heal you. So that would be number 1, sleep. The second would be your emotional health. I can't tell you, if I had to put a percentage to it, I would say 90% of our patients who come to us, the root cause of their disease has started in their mind and manifested in their body. Share a simple story with you. 4 days ago, I had this lady who came into me. She brought her daughter who had eczema all over her body. And she brought her in for a consult. And then she said, you know, Luke, 2 days ago, I got eczema on one finger. One finger was completely filled with eczema. And she said, I believe what you say. She's saying the night before, she's saying, I asked the universe, please take my daughter's eczema away and give it to me. 24 hours. This happened 3 days ago. She has eczema on one finger of her body. Till that time, she was completely okay. You see, the mind is a very powerful tool and it can destroy us as well. Look at the amount of people over here. The power of everyone's mind. It can be used to build something beautiful or it could be used to destroy as well. So we're losing control of our mind today, the way people are reacting to stress. And if our emotional health is not good, we will have disease or we will not be able to heal. Most sickness starts in the mind, which is why I said mindset. When we keep changing our mindset, some people get cancer and they believe it's all over. It will be all over. Some people get cancer and say, I'm stronger than this. Most of them heal. So emotional stress, and again, everyone says, oh, but this is life, I have stress. You see, the human mind finds a way to justify everything. You can have all the stress in the world, but it's how you take that stress. Most people have attachment to their stress. So if I lose something means my identity is gone, my social status is gone, and all of that stuff. And that's what depresses us. Everyone has a problem. Everyone has a problem, but it is how you face it. So when we tell people meditate, like Tahira said, find a path where you have faith. These are real things because it grounds you. It grounds you. So today I may wake up with all the stress in the world, but I am grounded because of my faith, my practice, what I do. And that stress doesn't make me sick. So emotional stress, number 2. Number 3, again, it is not a food. It is not a superfood. So if people are waiting for me to list down the top 3 superfoods, that's all on Google. It doesn't really work. There are so many people who take superfoods. It doesn't mean their life is going to change or their disease is going to go. The third thing is self-discipline. I cannot tell you, if anyone thinks about anything they want to achieve in their life or they haven't achieved it or sickness, first look at self-discipline. Most people struggle to lose weight today. Self-discipline. Again, self-discipline. Whether you're trying to heal the disease, you're trying to change your relationship, you're trying to build a career, it comes down to self-discipline. It is the bitter and the ugly truth that no one wants to accept because self-discipline is difficult. It is difficult. Today we don't have self-discipline, so we say, well, let's work out 5 days in a week and binge drink on the weekend. You've just undone the 5 days of good work and the next 5 days. And then we think, oh, now I need a more complicated diet. I need to move on to keto. I need to become a vegan. I need to do all these extreme things because I don't have self-discipline. There's nothing wrong with being a vegan. None of that stuff. It's just an example. I ate a samosa. Now, Google, 500 calories. Let's burn 500 calories on the treadmill. And I'll burn out that samosa. Unfortunately, the body doesn't work on the principle of math. It works on physiology, chemistry, biology. You cannot burn those calories. So people start eating with guilt. People start getting fearful of food. And all they need is self-discipline. You like food, eat it. Be a foodie, but why must you overeat? You like alcohol, drink, but why must you overdrink? I tell people the problem is not with sugar. The problem is not with alcohol. The problem is with the person. Because there are so many people who drink and they're absolutely fine. They don't become alcoholics. They don't mess up their livers. There are so many people who enjoy white sugar and they're absolutely fine. And there are some people where this destroys their life. The problem is with that person and self-discipline. So these would be my 3 tips. Instill self-discipline. The reasons why we can't instill it. Why is self-discipline so difficult? Number 1, bitter, ugly truth. We have egos and pride. So we think that, oh, why should I do this? I have wealth and I have comfort. Why should I Why should I go and get the TV remote? Let me buzz and get the servant to pick up the TV remote and give it to me. We think we earn that because we have wealth and we have position. Self-discipline doesn't matter whether you're a sheikh, whether you're a king, whether you're a queen, whether you're the owner of a company. Self-discipline is something that you will do every day, over and over again, until it becomes a habit like brushing your teeth. So these are my 3 tips for people to heal and have better lives.